We're joined now by our third-place finisher and the highest-finishing rookie in today's race, Kyle Larson, driver of the number 42 Target Chevrolet. Tell us about your run today, Kyle.
Yeah, it was a good day. We had some eventful parts here with pit strategy and stuff. Shine made some pretty ballsy calls to get me in the lead, and then was surprised we stayed out front because we had a lot of laps on our tires at that point, and I was worried about getting eaten up on that restart, but was able to beat Kyle and then lead a handful of laps, and then kind of maintained our track position from then on, and we had a really good car. I thought, definitely a top 10, top 8 car, and then everything kind of worked out that last restart for me to line up 6th, which I thought was a really good spot to be in. I got lucky with Jeff running out of fuel, so I could line up 6th, because if I'd have been on the inside, I probably would have went backwards. So it all worked out, and got a top 3 finish today. So have to keep these good runs going, after our bad 3 weeks we've had in a row now. So you're really happy about how today went, and have an off weekend, and then get back going again somewhere else. I don't know where we're at next. Indy. I like Indy.
Questions for Kyle? Yes, sir.
Kyle Knight, the Speedway Digest. Kyle, you had those 3 bad runs. What does this do for the 42 team and yourself?
Yeah, it's a shame we've had those 3 bad runs because we've been a really good car. We just had a lot of bad luck. Power steering issues at Sonoma, right front at Kentucky, and then typical Daytona. So, yeah, I mean, we were up to tied for 7th in points before Sonoma and fell back to 18th. So you really had us scratch our heads and praying to get some good finishes again. And now we hopefully have turned it around and can start getting some consistent finishes again.
Thank you. We'll go over here.
Dan Gelson, AP. Kyle, was Morgan Shepherd in your way at all today? He was 15 laps down. He took out Joey Logano when he was running 2nd. Did you see him to be a problem on the track?
I never had a problem with him, but I felt really bad for Joey. I didn't even see what happened, but I figured when they were both tore up, he had gotten into him. So it's a shame. He's just out there trying to have some fun, and just like we all are. So I don't know.
Right here.
Rob T. Youngson of thepodiumfinish.com. Kyle, how much of an amenity was it for you to have that track position in clean air as opposed to being like 10th on back with a good car but in that dirty air? Did it help a lot for you today?
Yeah, I noticed when we made that call to get in the lead. I noticed clean air was a decent help, not as much as other racetracks because we aren't carrying as much speed. But when I was back in traffic, I thought I was a little bit looser off the corners than I was when I was in the lead. So, yeah, I mean, clean air helps anywhere you're at, whether it's Martinsville or Daytona.
Any other questions for Kyle?
Just a follow-up question as well. It seems like you and Kyle Busch have put on some good shows for racing and position. Would it be safe to say that you guys have a nice little rivalry going on right now?
I wouldn't say it's a rivalry. We just somehow are always finishing by each other. It seems like I'm usually one spot behind him, but it'll change soon. It'll change soon.
Thanks a lot, Kyle. We're now joined by our second place finisher, Kyle Busch, driver of the number 18 Interstate Batteries Toyota. Kyle, tell us about your run today.
Well, it was good. We started out early, obviously qualifying on the pole, leading some laps there, and felt like we had a good car. But late in the runs, it would just seem like I was burning up the front tires a little too much, and those guys were able to get by me. I could somewhat maintain with them, but then throughout the race, we just really couldn't make any adjustments that would help the race car. It just seemed like we kept making adjustments that would either keep it the same or screw up something else, but help something else. So you were kind of always just running the same lap time. It never really gained any speed. So it was just a little bit easier to drive in the beginning part of the race, and a little bit there at the end, saving fuel and whatnot, just trying to bide our time as much as we could, and make sure we were easy on that gas pedal, just trying to make it to the end. And had a late caution there that we probably should have pitted, but we'd have that win. So you'll do stupid things with that opportunity when it presents itself, and we stayed out, and lo and behold, it worked for us. So, we ended up coming home second today, running out right at start finish, perfect time.
Questions for Kyle?
Kyle Magda, Speedway Digest. You battled with Brad yesterday as well. Did you have anything for him today?
Oh, no, I don't think anybody did. Denny was the best Gibbs car, so he probably had a better shot at him than any of us did, but it seemed like he kind of stalled out in third there on that last run. Trying to get up there. We started so far back. I mean, it just, I think we were 11th and 12th or something like that on that restart there with that long run, and Denny made some good ground. I couldn't do that, but, unfortunately, they felt like they were too short and had to pit.
What were you thinking when that caution came out? I know you made it right at the checkered. What were you thinking when that caution came out?
Well, I never really know how close we are, so that's probably a good thing, being a little bit dumb and not knowing. So, Dave asked me, he goes, man, we're close. He goes, what do you want to do here? You want to gamble and stay out? And I was like, yeah, hell, might as well, restarting back there and all that traffic, you can get bottled up in a wreck or something else. And if it goes one green, white checker, you're golden. But if it goes more than that, you're going to be screwed, basically. So thankfully it only went one, and we made it, but we didn't have to pit. So, it helped us. And if we would have run out coming off turn 4, we may have been 4th or 5th instead of wherever the heck Denny is.
Right here.
Pat Tickle at NASCAR.com. Kyle, Denny just mentioned that JGR as a whole, your short track program, has really increased over the past few years. Can you just talk about that a little bit?
Increased or decreased? Well, we'd actually say it's decreased. Last year and early part of this year, Martinsville, Richmond, I'd say that our short track program's decreased. Unfortunately, you haven't seen the 11 and the 18 winning as many short tracks like we used to be so dominant at. And Denny went and did a test for us at Richmond last week for Goodyear, and learned some things that he brought here. And so today was just a true testament to teamwork. And what we did with our race car was somewhat try to mirror what the 11 was doing this weekend and put some of their stuff in. So real proud of the effort there that we had somewhat similar race cars. All three of us did, for that matter. I think we were second, third, fourth there for a part of the race because there was only one car that was lights out on the rest.
Right here.
Rob T. Youngson of the podiumfinish.com. Kyle, how much would you say that you've noticed some of the strength coming back to Joe Gibbs Racing this past week? I know you said that the short track program has, in your opinion, has decreased, but it seems like you guys have made some ground up on the Hendrick Chevys and the Penske Fords.
Well, yeah, I mean, this weekend here was a positive. Like I said, Denny made a test, and we were a little bit better there at Kentucky. We made some good changes to our race car and got better, and were able to finish second there as well. So the last two races for us, we've been seconds, but, it'd be nice to get up there and lead some more laps, be a little bit more dominant, and show that we've got a little bit better car than where we're running. So we'll get there, hopefully, and, it's not quite time to have to get ready to go for the chase, but it's about that time, so we got a few weeks.
Dan Gelson, the Associated Press. Kyle, did you, running up front today, did you notice a problem with Morgan Shepherd? Was he in your way? He took out Joey. He was 15 laps down when he did that. Was he a problem for you and other drivers up front?
It seemed like he had a hard time holding the bottom of the racetrack a little bit, but that's sometimes to be expected. It's so flat down there. But there were other lap cars that were just rolling around on the top and not getting into anybody's way, really. So, I'm not sure what happened with the Joey thing. I didn't see it at all. There were not so prime times that I caught him and had to go around him, but, fortunately everything was fine with me. So. No, don't get into that. Jesus, I'll be 65 trying to race, and you'll be kicking me out.
We'll go to the press box, please.
Kyle, Michael Vega, Boston Globe. Just following up on the question you were asked previously, given the gains you guys have made and your pole run here, how does this bode for September for your team, do you think?
Well, everything's kind of changing as we go here this season. It seems like things are kind of this way or that way on the given weekends, but there's been some cars that have had some really, really fast cars all year round. So we're not quite there. We have gotten some good finishes, though, but we haven't led the laps we want to be leading. We haven't been such dominant forces that we were last year. I mean, at this time last year, Kenseth and myself and, the races that Denny was able to make, we led a lot of laps. Unfortunately, we just haven't quite seen that yet this year. So trying to get better, and once we do, I think everybody will see, and you'll start hearing the name JGR a little more.
All right, one follow-up, Kyle. You know, you said that the short track program has decreased. You're heading into Indianapolis in 2 weeks. How do you feel about the super speedway program?
Well, that's sort of a short track thing too. You know, you have to have a short track setup, but with a super speedway body, essentially. You know, you got to carry a lot of speed down the straightaways, but you also have to have a big horsepower motor and be able to get down them straightaways quick. So, we tested there a couple weeks ago. We weren't as fast as we wanted to be, but we were better than other cars that were at the test. So, we've got something to look forward to, but yet know that hopefully we can zone in on where some more speed's at.
Thank you, Kyle.
All right.